Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast in which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1 minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. And Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever had one of those moments where maybe you've had a tussle? Maybe you've gotten yourself into a predicament and maybe a tooth has gotten loose in your mouth. And to really emphasize it to whoever the person is, the adversary that you're like having this tussle with, you just turn to the side, spit the tooth out, and look at them and go, yeah, let's do this. Have you ever had that happen?
Well, I have had that happen, but I guess it wasn't as exciting of a story because my tussle wasn't with a mugger or a supervillain. It was with a particularly nasty piece of gum.
Oh,
yeah, because there's this weird period where you're living at home with your parents, and then suddenly you go to college, and then there's this time when you're out in the world, and you're like, insurance, schminsurance.
Oh,
who needs
no.
that stuff? And so you're like, dentist. Who goes to the dentist when you're like 25? I mean, come on. So I was with some friends. Actually, we were playing D&D, and I was chewing a piece of gum, and then suddenly I heard something crack, and I spit the gum out of my mouth, and there was the top of my tooth. I was like, "Oh, that's
like a front one or like a molar?"
No, a molar.
Oh,
but it was like the top half of the tooth had come off, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's not good." So I just put it in my pocket, and then kept on role playing. And then things went very badly for the next couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, because did the root die?
No, but it involved me spending a lot of time in the dentist chair having lots of different procedures and having to pay for it all without insurance. So,
oh no, that's horrible.
Insurance, kids, if you can get it, get it.
Yeah, please protect yourselves, take care of yourselves.
That's right.
I was setting you up for something I didn't think that was going to go anywhere because I'm like, no, that's never happened. I've never lost a tooth and spit it out. I haven't had that. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, it's memorable.
Well, dude, you have something in common, sort of, with a character in this minute.
That's right. Me and the Abomination. We're simpatico here in minute 95 of Incredible Hulk, directed by Louis Leterrier from the far-off year of 2008. We're picking where we left off, which is the two are going to town. So the Hulk has ripped apart a police car and made two metal fists out of it, protect and serve. And so I'm telling you, it's the best of all the possible combinations. And so he is taking the Abomination to town. I described last minute as a slobber knocker, but no. Sorry, this is the slobber knocker. The Hulk is basically just he's not only is he punching Abomination, but he is giving him a full-on beat down. He is and so much so he actually is pounding him into the pavement, literally, into making a new sinkhole. And last thing New York needs is another pothole. Come on.
We do have come though to a part, and I alluded to this previously. The CG gets a little wonky here.
Yeah.
Because here's a feature we didn't know the Abomination had. Mm-hmm. He can jellify himself. The Hulk is pounding him into the ground.
Yeah.
And you literally see the Abomination's body just turn into goo.
Mm-hmm. And fill out the hole that he is created.
Yes. He got deflated. I guess in this fight, I hit his valve and...
wow, he's hit him so hard he turned his bones to liquid.
I mean, you noticed it, obviously.
Yeah, it gets pretty wonky.
Well, you know what though? But we know because this is a Blonsky move. He's done this before. Remember when he splatted against the tree?
That's true. Yeah, he's pulling his Stretch Armstrong again.
I didn't want to do the Stretch Armstrong pull again.
Tie him into a knot. He always goes back to his original shape.
Stretch Armstrong.
That's what's happening here. It's really weird because what we have been very highly complimentary about the effects, especially in this sequence, which could have gone crazy. Yeah. It is right here.
Yeah.
This just seems weird because it totally took me out of the moment.
Right. And actually having them both in the same shot, which we haven't had a lot in these minutes. I mean, they've been sort of running at each other and clashing stuff, but now they're out there. And once again, they are both within a couple of shades. These are just two big green dudes.
They're in the same row of the paint chip aisle.
They would be on the same card.
Yeah, they would.
At Home Depot.
on opposite ends, but still same card.
Right.
Yeah.
Opposite ends.
That's
right.
really good.
Yeah, right. And She-Hulk in the middle. So like Hulk finishes the beatdown. He has destroyed his gloves. He's like, yeah, that'll take care of him. And so Abomination turns his head, spits out some teeth, and says, "Is that all you've got?" And the Hulk hit the Abomination so hard he knocked his English accent back into him.
Oh,
It's amazing.
no, wait.
Wow, who'd have thought?
Now, didn't you also think so? A couple things about the detail of this is we have this really close zoom in on the Abomination's head, and a couple of things we notice is one, he's actually got marks now. He got little cuts in his head and stuff, which I thought was interesting. And okay, if you're gonna do the, which is a little bit, overused, the spit the tooth out.
Yeah.
Don't you think you'd actually have one of the teeth in the front part of his mouth be missing?
No, it's all rear molars.
We don't know. I guess that's what happens.
And who knows? Maybe the Abomination has teeth like a shark.
Well, maybe losing the tooth is what.
Teeth.
Maybe losing the tooth is what brought back the accent.
Oh, one of his teeth had the American accent.
There we go.
No prize. So there's one animator who's become my new favorite animator who did the CG on this one. I don't know who you are, but you, sir or madam, are my hero. Because the Hulk then, when he goes to deliver the coup de grace, another French thing because Louis Leterrier is French.
Thank you.
He grabs the Abomination by his weird rib thing. The weird, like, jutty outy rib things that he has in there. The Hulk actually grabs him by like his clavicle before he goes to punch him. I was like, yes! He actually acknowledged that thing is there. It was great.
Oh, that's totally. I'm looking at that right now. He totally does.
He totally does. He grabs the rib cage thingy, and as he rears back to give him the lights out. But then a weird CG thing happens, and something goes in. The Hulk goes flying. No! Honestly, and all of a sudden I'm watching it, and I was like, all of a sudden, then now Abomination's running away, and I was like, wait, what happened? And I went back and watched it again, and I was like, he has him. He's about to punch, and then floopy floop, and then Abomination's running away, and I was like, what just happened? I had to watch it 3 times before I could figure out what the heck happened, because
then you got it, right?
I got it, but it happened so fast, and it's so spongy. In terms of we just saw this really great visceral of but at the end of the day, these are 2 video game characters slamming together.
But
and so every once in a while, things get a little squishy, and things got a little squishy here.
No, see, now you know why those legs have those extra joints.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I actually have that in my notes. That's why his leg has the extra joint, because what he does is he rolls back, takes his leg, and he pushes the Hulk away with such force that the Hulk goes flying and crashes through a building. So that's, I guess, the extra joint is for extra springiness.
In the world of professional wrestling,
yes,
if you could perform a standing drop kick with this type of power, from the full lounging on the floor position, you'd be world champion.
That's right. If you could do a kip up to leg drop to
and send the person into a building 2 blocks away.
That's right. Yeah.
Pretty big. Yeah.
He sent him into the 4th row.
No, but that's immediately that's what I thought is that his leg, he can put all this power into his leg because he has that extra joint, and now he sent him reeling. The Hulk didn't anticipate that.
Yeah. And so the Hulk goes flying, and so then suddenly he's gone, and so it's just Abomination left. So Abomination, I do like the fact that they acknowledge the fact that these are big giant dudes who would not acknowledge anything around. So the Abomination runs through and just runs through fences and doesn't even pause. It's not like fence out of my way. He just doesn't even acknowledge them. They just are completely just destroyed by his mass as he comes through. And so then he vaults up on some kind of construction vehicle. I couldn't tell what it was. All I could see was the scoop.
Yeah, that was an excavator or something. It was pretty big, but you saw the scoop part of it at the beginning.
And then runs up the side of the building and then peers into the hole he is, and it's an apartment complex because there's a guy right there, hi.
Now, nicely done though, because you clearly see the Hulk impact the side of this building. When he gets drop kicked or I don't know, lay kicked or whatever you want to call it, you see that hole. I love that they did the detail.
He got kangarooed.
He got kangarooed. Hulk got kangarooed into an apartment building.
Yeah.
I love though and they've done a really nice job in this movie is I love when you can see the details of what's actually happened, because you could have easily just, drop kicked him into the sky.
Yeah.
And then you cut to this scene where like, oh, okay, I get it. He entered in this building. No, you've seen that whole contextual placement of where the character is. So I did like that.
And it's a really nice shot too, because they go through it and it looks like the Hulk has gone probably from in one side of the building and maybe out the other. We don't really know.
Right. We don't know yet.
But we start from inside the building and we move through the holes out
right
to then Abomination sort of popping up right there. I was like, oh, that's a really clever way to do that. And then also right behind him, then we see the helicopter appear. Remember, everybody, General Ross is still around here.
Which, okay, and this could be, you look at this, and I think there's one shot that it's the perfect shot of the whole Abomination actually peering into, and he looks really super evil. Like there's one screenshot we have of this. The Abomination looks better than he's looked in the entire movie so far, right in this one shot.
Different animator.
And right over his shoulder is the helicopter.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, this looks like right off the pages of a comic book.
Yeah, it's some really nice geography. That's one of my nerdy things about fight scenes is I always want to know where we are and where everyone is. And this is a great thing of doing that, of like Hulk is somewhere behind us. There's the hole, there's Abomination, and so then we know that's where he came from. So like right below the helicopter would be the street we just came from. So North 125th Street, essentially, or Yonge Street if you want to be in reality. But so it's like, okay, I got it. Like I see where everybody is. Perfect. You set it up. So then we cut to the helicopter, and there's Roz leaning over a soldier. I was able to find out which soldier this was. I'm so excited about this.
Yes.
So this is Desmond Campbell. He has 83 credits on IMDb. He is a working actor. He is a hard-working actor. Nice. He is Canadian, so he actually did the rounds in the 90s. So when you're a actor who's just hand to mouth, you take whatever you can get. So he did the rounds of all the shows. So he was on Forever Night. He was on Tech War. He was on Highlander the Raven. He was on Earth Final Conflict. And just so he didn't peak in the 90s, he recently appeared in X-Men Apocalypse and on DC's Titans series.
Whoa, nice.
He's still out there. So Desmond is still, a working actor. Hope he gets a lot of work.
Well, and when I said finally, we try to find. You've done an amazing job finding the names for all these people. We haven't had a lot of names recently in the last few minutes.
It's actually because it's the same people over and over again.
Right,
and a lot of screaming extras.
And what a great shot for this guy, because again, we always just I think it's always great when extras have these full frame shots.
Yeah,
and he's got one with the main man, right? General Ross.
William Hurt. Yeah.
Yes.
And he gets some lines too. So Ross says, "Use that thing, soldier. Give him some hell," which is a pretty good line.
That's great. And then the scene is so great so far. It's got to end on a high note, right?
It's got to end on a note. And so the soldier says, "Which one?" And Ross says, "Help the green one, damn it! Which one do you think? Cut the other one in half."
Yeah.
Okay, so help the green one. Okay.
We talked about that. We've been talking about this for the last few minutes.
They're both green. They're very clearly both green.
What should he have said?
I can think of, one with hair. Help the one with hair. Help the one with a normal neck. Help the one with regular legs.
How about the one with pants?
Help the one with pants. There you go.
Don't shoot the one with pants.
Don't shoot the one with pants. So, yeah, I guess when they were doing the script, he must have been a different color. I went back into the shooting script. I have what I have is a first.
Well, yeah,
because
that's when you verify what's the deal here.
They say gray. They say he's like tan gray or whatever, like the grayish, darker-ish color. So by the time they got to this point, with apparently a lot of people involved on the other end, they were like, "No, he needs to be just like he was in the comic book. He was green in the comic. You should make him green in this one too."
Yeah, because this seems so. I mean, again, if you're paying attention, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
But Rob, you understand what this means, right?
No.
Operation More Bullets is back on, baby.
Bigger, faster bullets.
That's right, because they are using the M134 minigun.
Yes.
And they are firing 6,000 rounds a minute into an apartment building. So Operation More Bullets.
I'm glad all those
Yay.
people are in the street and not in that building.
Right. But I believe you have seen this gun before, Rob, because this gun is old painless.
What?
This is the gun from Predator.
You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
This is what Jesse Ventura
Are you serious?
was carrying. Yeah, this is the same gun, the M134. This is the same gun. And this is the gun that Arnold used in Terminator 2, that The Rock, another wrestling reference, used in Furious 7. And eventually, this same model of gun will show up in the MCU again when it is used in Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
What? Okay,
the M134.
Now my favorite
for all
reference.
of your shooting into well-populated buildings needs.
You were the jungle when you're going after an invisible alien.
That's right.
That's my favorite use
For
of
when
that
you
movie,
ain't got time to bleed.
the
M134 is there for you.
It's a conspiracy theory.
Well, that's like the entire history right there.
Oh, we just went through all of wrestling.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not gonna say those vitamins anymore. Not happening again.
No, but as the rounds are shooting by, and you see you also see tracer rounds, so that there's every. I'm not sure. I couldn't find the exact numerical thing, but they put bullets that are. They're basically phosphorus rounds, so they fire so they can see where they're firing, because the bullets are coming out so fast. All you can see is just destruction around you. So this is to help them aim. So as they're flying by, and so Abomination goes, Ross, like he knows exactly who it is that's shooting at him. But he also doesn't really care. So he climbs up to the top of the building and keeps looking for the Hulk, because that's what he's about. So he's like figuring out, Hulk must have gone through, and so he's over. I'll just climb up to the top. And so by the time he gets to the top, he's clearly in a video game. Because I have played so many games with this exact scenario of a helicopter chasing me while shooting and having to run and stay right ahead of it. Even the Batman games are still doing this
with the water towers on the top of buildings and everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you though, I really love this because, okay, this looks like it's a combination of so many different techniques, because it has a miniature look to it. And not a bad miniature look. It looks good. Like, I actually like the depth of field that you get with all the structures, the superstructures that are on top of the roofs.
Yeah, it's like a 3/4 angle,
right?
So it's as opposed to like straight on the side, like a Sonic level.
No, and you've got the Abomination in as good as he can look in this situation, and you got the helicopter again. Perfect placement of an action shot, and for one that should be dark, because now we're at the rooftops at night. You can make everything out. I have to say, I really like this sequence. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, it does a good job. And then one of the weirdest edits in this whole sequence is then Hulk then falls into a dumpster. Like what was going on there? It cuts right from Abomination, this big action thing, running as the guns are shooting and water and everything, and then it's Hulk's like, oopsie, our hero, ladies and gentlemen, falling into a dumpster from where? Where was he before that? Was he he went through most of the way and then stood up and fell out of the hole that he had made that he hadn't quite fallen through? Whoopsie daisy, Hulk make a boo-boo.
No, he went through the building, he lands in the dumpster. That's all.
But he had already gone through. This was this is,
He's out. No, he's knocked out. Going through the building, he was knocked out. He was unconscious.
Okay, so but we see him clunk into the dumpster. So he wakes up and then does and then breaks the dumpster that he had landed on before.
No, yes,
it's a weird edit. I don't know what was going. If they just cut it, or they're just all right, we need to establish where the Hulk is now. He's in a dumpster. Okay, great.
Well, because you want to just show that he's disoriented,
right? I guess. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So, unfortunately, that is where the minute comes to an end. So hopefully, in minute 96, there will be an acknowledgement of where he is and what's going on. This is a weird minute.
It is.
Yeah.
Some good stuff, but some
good stuff. Yeah, but Desmond Campbell gets his time to shine. So
yay,
that's what comes out of it. So
sweet.
So we'll be back here in minute 96, and we can find out, will the Hulk get out of that dumpster? Or will he just spend the rest of the movie in there? Well, you'll have to tune in to find out. And in the meantime,
so Kyle, I know that anyone could possibly be listening to this podcast at any time.
Yes, that's right.
So, if you're listening it now, if you're not listening, if you're not someone from the past, who has somehow accessed this in the far distant future.
Ooh, welcome,
Any
time
other
traveler.
person is listening to this after the early part of 2020.
Yes.
And if that's true, you know that the world is a little different.
Yeah. For when we started this project, the world has changed.
Same assumption. Anyone listening to this now knows things have changed.
Yes.
One of the things that have changed is that you might need some really cool face coverings, right?
Yes.
And I don't know if you know this, but there is a place that sells merch that is tied to this wonderful podcast that, yes, you can get face masks that are emblazoned with our faces. Think about this.
Our face on your face.
Protect yourself with our face on your face from the virus.
Get Hulk level protection. No? That probably might we might get sued if we they say that. So
I don't know if it's
Hulk. Wait. You can get Hulk quality protection.
That's it.
At thenextreal.com/merch. You can get all of our different logos and things put on all sorts of different things, including masks. And from when you're home, maybe you'd like a pillow with our stuff on there to lay your weary head after being out in this crazy, wild world.
Exactly.
You can get one of those too. Anyway, nextreal.com/merch. And a little bit of that, those proceeds come back to us to help us keep the show running.
We appreciate
it.
Yes.
So we'll see you back here for minute 96. Thank you all for listening. Hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.